A federal immigration officer shot and killed a 37-year-old man in Minneapolis on Saturday morning during a large-scale immigration enforcement operation that has already drawn intense controversy and mass protests in the city. Authorities say the officer fired in self-defense, but the incident has fueled sharp public backlash, mobilizing crowds despite bitter winter conditions. The man, identified by family and colleagues as Alex Preddy, was an intensive care unit nurse at a Veterans Affairs hospital who had been participating in demonstrations against the expanded immigration enforcement effort in Minneapolis. Preddy's family described him as compassionate and devoted to patient care, deeply concerned about federal immigration policies. According to the Department of Homeland Security, the federal officers involved were conducting an immigration operation when one of them fired after a man approached with a firearm. Federal officials maintained that the officer feared for his life and acted to defend himself and others. Local authorities confirmed Preddy was a lawful gun owner, but officials have not yet released a complete account of the immediate circumstances that led to the shooting. Video footage circulating from the scene has prompted questions and heightened scrutiny of the federal narrative, with some clips appearing to show Preddy holding only a phone moments before the confrontation. The footage and differing eyewitness accounts have fueled criticism from local leaders and civil rights advocates, who accuse federal agents of excessive force during crackdown. The killing took place as part of what the Department of Homeland Security has described as a targeted enforcement surge in Minnesota's Twin Cities, involving IC, Border Patrol, and other federal personnel. The operation has already drawn intense protests following a separate fatal shooting earlier this month involving an IC agent, and has exacerbated tensions between federal authorities and local officials. Hundreds of demonstrators turned out on the cold streets of Minneapolis after the shooting, demanding accountability and an end to the federal enforcement presence. Minnesota's governor activated the National Guard in response to rising unrest, while some state leaders call for federal immigration agents to leave the city altogether. Political reactions have been sharply divided. Critics of the enforcement operation argue amounts to federal overreach and imperil civil liberties, while supporters emphasize the need to uphold immigration laws. The incident has also reignited broader debates at the national level over the use of lethal force by law enforcement and the scope of federal immigration actions, particularly amid ongoing enforcement surges in major cities. As investigations continue, Preddy's family and community members are calling for transparency and justice, even as Minneapolis remains on edge following this latest deadly confrontation between federal agents and civilians.